Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. Welcome back to our night talk. Tonight, we are going to talk about computer fraud. And in order to complete our discussion today, I invited Dr. Saw to explain more about this topic. Assalamualaikum Doctor. You look so great today.
Waalaikumsalam and thank you so much.
So, our topic today is about computer fraud. What do you think about this matter, Doctor?
I think that this topic really interesting because nowadays technology has been really advanced and mostly everyone know how to use computer.
At present, everything is at our fingertips. That means it doesn't hard at all for us to hunt for any information, right?
Yes.
Okay, back to our topic. Can you explain more about it for us, Doctor?
Of course, computer fraud is a fraud that require computer technology to commit the illegal action. For example, unauthorized theft, use access modification, copying or destruction of software. All of them are considered as computer fraud.
What is the reason for computer fraud to happen? Is it because of the weakness of the system itself, or are there any other reasons for that?
It can't be denied that weak system one of the reason for it to be happen, but sometimes it might be cause of internal reason. Company often to grant their employee to access their system and mostly computer fraud done by people in the organization itself.
I have read somewhere that the simplest and the most common way to commit a computer fraud is to alter or falsify the computer input. Is it right, Doctor?
Yes, you are right. It's called input fraud. It just requires little skill where they only need to understand how the system operates so they can cover their track. And of course, there are many other computer fraud classification.
What about if they tamper with company software and use it in an unauthorized manner?
Okay, this approach usually uncommon because it requires specialized in programming knowledge, but it is becoming more frequent nowadays because there are many web pages that tell user how to create them. This fraud known as computer instruction fraud. I think you have a great knowledge on this topic actually.
Thank you, Doctor. Actually, I am doing my own research, and in my research, I found out that output fraud happened when displayed or printed output was stolen, copied, or misused, unless properly safeguarded. As for data fraud, illegally using, copying, browsing, searching, or harming company data can also be considered as data fraud. And what shocked me the most is the biggest cause of data breaches is the employee's negligence itself.
Yes, just like what I said earlier, company usually grant their employee to access the system. There is a case where the ex-employee stole the data of the former company and sold it to other company.
In this advanced modern era, it is not hard for employees to steal data. They can use flash drive and steal a large amount of data.
Have you heard about the story of 1 cent thief? Even though he didn't actually steal 1 cent, this man known as Aman just a money market processing department chief, and then he got luck when he was trusted to manage customer account at bank. Everything seems fine at first, but all that changed when bank sent him for a computer training. It was then that he learned the ins and outs of computer banking, and without anyone suspecting, he hatched a genius plan that fooled even Benagora. You know what he did? He transferred 1 cent every day from every account at his workplace to a proxy account in another bank. He's successful to transfer 40 million ringgit Malaysia. What a big amount, right? But sky not always bright. He got caught in 8 June 1990. That happened a long time ago, where technology is still not advanced like today's.
I think this person is very clever, but he chose the wrong way to show it. If this happen nowadays, it's gonna be more complicated than before. It's very scary when people misuse their cleverness. That's why it is important to know about computer fraud and make sure all of us did not involve with this kind of activity and with honesty.
So, what's your opinion on how we can prevent and detect the fraud?
In my opinion, we can prevent fraud by creating an organizational culture that stresses integrity and commitment to ethical values. As for detection, we can develop and implement a fraud risk assessment program.
Or we can also install fraud detection software and many other ways to protect our system.
I think we already reached the end of the segment. Thank you so much for staying with us, and thank you so much, Doctor, for spending your time with us today.
You're welcome, and thank you so much for inviting me.
See you again next time, inshallah. Bye bye.
Bye.